49 has been around here for quite some time, but what's the history of the restaurant?
Well, Pier 49 is a franchise. It's a Utah-based franchise, interestingly. People ask if it's from San Francisco, and no. It started in Salt Lake City 20 years ago. And the people that started it were trying to find the best pizza. And they experimented and found that sourdough was the very best crust. And so they experimented with ways to make it into a pizza crust where it doesn't go soggy. That was one of the challenges. You put the sauce on bread and it soaks through and makes it yucky. And they experimented, found the ultimate sourdough and ways to make it that are just perfect. And it opened up in Salt Lake and was a big hit. And they decided to franchise it. And the first location outside, the first franchise, was in Logan. Some people still ask me about that. I remember that restaurant. It was down on Main Street right next to the library, the city building. And it's now gone. The building's completely gone. It's grass now. But people still remember that because it was the first decent pizza in this valley. It was the very first gourmet specialty pizza in Logan.
I remember that too, because the gourmet and that specialty pizza and the amazing flavor of that pizza coming to town. Now you're in Providence now, and some people don't know.
Yeah, the place moved around. It moved behind the mall in the parking lot, and then it moved into that disastrous food court in the mall, and for a very brief time. And now we're in Providence, directly across the street from Macy's, across whether it's 12th South Logan or 1st North Providence, whichever you want to call it, and we're just right by the Stadium 8 billboard.
So you can now enjoy this gourmet pizza that's been around for quite some time, and they must have loved San Francisco, these people that started the company, because it just shines in here. True San Francisco, and sourdough is from San Francisco.
Well, San Francisco is a place you just have to love. I wouldn't want to live there, but it's a beautiful, beautiful city, and so yeah, we decorated the place to look like San Francisco. We do everything we can to make you feel like you're in San Francisco.
And then you can enjoy this yummy, yummy pizza that represents that as well. And every name represents a place in San Francisco, but it really comes down to that sourdough crust.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, one of the many things that San Francisco is famous for is sourdough. And so it's a San Francisco-based sourdough.
Let's kind of spend a little time on that crust. It's not frozen. It's something you start the day before. You're eating something that's been loved and nurtured and made into a fantastic pizza.
Well, in these days where so many pizza places are just mass producing their crusts in a factory, freezing them, shipping them to the store, they just pull it out and throw it in the oven. We make everything from scratch. We buy our flour locally. It's a very special flour that we buy here. We mix it with our special super secret sourdough mix and make our own dough. And to get the proper flavor, it has to sit overnight and let the sourdough do its thing. And so it's quite a process. We have to plan the day before what we're going to need the next day. Once in a while we even run out of something, but we have to plan it and make it.
Well, that's what I say. A lot of love goes into this, and you have customers telling you different things all the time. What are some of the things that customers are saying to you?
Well, customers come in from all over the country, and you know, my favorite is when somebody from California comes in and says, "I love this place. This pizza is so good. I haven't had a decent pizza since I left California. I'm so glad you're here." And they come back again and again and again. Or visitors even who come here once in a while, they come here every time, every trip that they make to Logan, to come here to get good pizza.
Well, and I kind of order the same thing because it's like, I know what I want, I know what I love, and I don't quite, I've heard you heard the same thing from other customers.
Well, it's always a trick. You come in and you look at our menu board, and if you've never been here before, you're like, what am I going to, I have no idea what to do. We call it the deer in the headlights look in the customer's eyes, and so we try to steer them towards something they might enjoy. But so many of our pizzas are so different from anything they've ever tried. I had one friend that just refused to have anything but a traditional sort of pizza, and we make those. You can make, we'll make anything you want. If you want a pepperoni and and olive pizza, we'll make it, you know, whatever we can, and very reasonable priced on those. But our best pizzas are the gourmet pizzas, and people just love them. I had one guy tell me, "You've ruined pizza for me," and I like, "What did I do that ruined pizza?" He says, "After I ate the Lombard Street, that's the only pizza I can stand anymore. I just love it." And I have another friend who comes in every time he gets the Embarcadero. I try to talk him into something else. He says, "Why mess with perfection?" Yeah.
My son says the same thing. He's like, "Mom, try something else." I say the same thing. I want to get what I love, and I know I'm going to be happy when I walk out the door. And that's what Pier 49 does for you, is they make you happy. Your tummy happy.
But if I can ever succeed in get them to try a new one, they have a new favorite every time. You know, it just, they're all so good.
There you go.
Specialty pizzas are fantastic.
Specialty pizzas at Pier 49 right here in Providence. Irv, thanks so much. Let's get eating some yummy pizza.
Okay.